Right then, lads.
Today we're doing FIFA 22 Premier League downgrades.
Now, getting straight into it with Arsenal. We've gone for Abama Block like yeah.
About my who? About my what? About my blood client!
Had a quite terrible season for his standard, and I think this year is going to be when he gets a big downgrade in pace, going from 93 to 90.
Yeah, he hasn't had a great season, definitely not. And I don't think Arsenal have had a great season. But overall, he's been the standout, missing with his goals. I think he had a shocking season.
And now on to Aston Villa, we've got Wesley, a player who I thought, when he signed for Aston Villa, I thought, okay, a big striker. I've heard of him, he's pretty decent apparently. Came in the Premier League, absolutely shocking. So we've downgraded him from gold to a silver, 74 rated.
Yeah, especially because especially now he won't be getting any game time. I know Grealish has gone, but now they've got so many players in that attack with Danny Ings coming in, Ollie Watkins, Buendia, Bailly, and they even linked with getting Madison. So there's so many attackers there. He's never not going to get any game time. I think it's time for him to get sold. Not under Brentford, there weren't many as they've had an amazing season to get into the Premier League. Same with all these promoted clubs. But it has to probably be Godos as he hasn't getting many game time for them. And also just in general haven't been amazing.
To be honest, I don't know much about this player. I can't say much about him. Besides he's a big Brentford fan. He told me he has done that well, so I'll go with his word.
Now on to Brighton, Adam Lallana, a player who I was a bit sad seeing him get downgraded as he had such high potential. Yeah, never reached it really. I know he got a Premier League, but it didn't really count, does it? With quite a big downgrade as well. I thought Brighton might be a big move for him as he might get a lot more game time, but he's just been unfortunate with injuries.
Now, on to Burnley, we've gone for Cork, another player who's gone from gold to silver. Again, I don't really watch Burnley a lot, so I can't say much, but we haven't heard of him. He rarely plays, I see, and yeah, that's why I've downgraded him to silver.
Yeah, had an amazing season, and like you said, don't really watch Burnley, and I don't think he's been playing much.
Now, on to Chelsea, because it's a lack of game time, really. We've gone for Kepa, with Mendy coming in, being one of the best goalkeepers in the world last year. And Kepa's been downgraded, but I do think that he'll get some playing time in the FA Cup and charity games, really, because Mendy, they need to keep him fit. Obviously, goalkeepers aren't very injury prone, but they can't take any risks with him.
I mean, Kepa recently has been pretty good, of course, saving that vital penalty to win the Super Cup for Chelsea, but overall, it hasn't been great for them, and a bit of a waste for 70 million. Now on to another goalkeeper, Wayne Hennessy, and personally, I think he's a good goalkeeper, but he's been really badly injured this season, and even I don't think he'll be necessarily fit to play next season. That's how bad his injury was. That's why we've given him -2.
Yeah, obviously getting quite old. Players who get old get out of their prime, and that's why I've taken him again, another player from gold to silver.
Now on to Everton's downgrade for Gylfi Sigurdsson. Of course, him being a nonce doesn't help with this, and he'll probably be behind bars next year, so that's why we've given him a downgrade 2-0.
Yeah, 0, but we have given him a moments icon with 99 everything. His stats are 99 kids, 99 boys, 99 nonce, 99 jail, 99 touch, and 99 pedo. Very usable at the start of the year, and I'm pretty sure if he does get a card, a lot of people will be using him.
And of course, playing for his favourite team, Young Boys.
Okay, being dead seriously now, the actual downgrade for Everton is going to be Allen. He came in from Napoli, didn't really do much. He has been playing, but he hasn't done much for Everton.
Yeah, overall, he was quite a big flop. When Ancelotti brought him in from Napoli, thought it would be amazing. He's get so much hype in the Serie A. But maybe it was just a poor first season. And it's quite often for these foreign players coming into the Premier League, they have a bad first season and smash it in the second.
Now for Leeds, we're on for a Spanish player in Pablo Hernandez. He came in last year. He is very old. He's like 35. No one expected him to do very well, but he's came in, hasn't done much. And this is another player from gold to silver.
Yeah, like I said, he's quite old. I'm probably retiring next year, so that's why I've given him a -2. Now on to Leicester, and sadly for this player, again, injured quite a lot this season, but he had a lot of potential, and hopefully he still live up to it, is James Maddison. Heavily linked with the transfer out of Leicester, either to Arsenal or Aston Villa, and we can see him hopefully go back to his potential.
Yeah, he has had a great season, but I'm pretty sure next season he'll come back because he was a fantastic player in his prime. But I really hope he gets back to how he was before because he was such a fun player to watch.
And on to Liverpool, there's quite a few you can have with players such as Van Dijk being injured, so you'll probably get a -1 or -2. But I think this is a standout worst player in Liverpool's team is Mane. We're going from a 90 to 88. He just had a poor season, and hopefully he can regain his form from Liverpool.
Yeah, another player who was amazing in his prime. But with Jota coming in, I'm pretty sure. I think Klopp will give him another chance. To be honest, I hope he does because he is a very, very good player, and he has a lot of. And I think he can grow even more. I think he can be one of the best left wingers in the Premier League. Now, on to Man City, we've gone for Aymeric Laporte. Obviously, being Spanish now, changed nationality. We've given him a downgrade because he hasn't been playing much because of obviously Diaz coming in and Stones having an amazing season. But I think he will. I still think we're going to sell him next season because Stones and even Ake's been playing. I don't know why. Now, on to Man United. Talking of not getting player time, we've gone for Mr. Bench himself, Donny van der Beek. I think he must have had like no minutes for Man United. Absolutely nothing done. But he hasn't really been given a chance, having a lot of hype around him coming from Ajax, being one of Ajax's key players to get to the semi-final of the Champions League. And he went to Man United and now is doing very bad on the bench.
Yeah, Man United bought for that 35 million, a ridiculous fee for a bench player. And hopefully this season he'll get the game time that's deserved because he is a very good player, apparently. And that card would definitely not be usable, especially at the start of the year. I don't think 69 pace is enough. And on to Ryan Fraser, of course, being 5'4", that's why you can't hardly see him in the FIFA 22 pictures. But he's just been so average for Newcastle. He was supposed to carry on the form from Bournemouth, of course, them getting relegated, but he's been very, very shocking.
I thought he was going to be quite good. I thought it was a good move for Newcastle, but got injured early on in the year and didn't get playtime. And then Callum Wilson just continued on his form, and Fraser just turned a little bit invisible towards the end of the season.
Now, like I said, for these newly promoted teams, it's quite hard to give them a downgrade because for them to get promoted, they've had a pretty good season, especially Norwich winning the league, running away with it, really. So we've had to give it to Stuyperman, not a player that most of us know, I know, but he's had a pretty average season, apparently. Maybe doesn't deserve the downgrade, but we had to give one of them a downgrade.
And I think we picked him because I think he had the worst average match rating, which was like a 5.4, which is very bad. But yeah, we've given it to Stiepermann. Don't know much about him, but maybe he'll be good in the Premier League. Who knows? Now to Southampton, we've gone for Fraser Forster. I think we're our third or fourth goalkeeper this list, and another player from gold to silver. Obviously, not playing much and not doing very well when he does play. And yeah.
Yeah, and of course, being a part of that 9-0 team who lost 9-0 to Man United this season probably doesn't give you the best credibility. That's why you have given him a silver card for FIFA 22.
Now, on to Tottenham, we've gone for Dele Alli. I think he got a downgrade because under Mourinho, he played more defensive, which is not his style of play. But yesterday against Man City, he was playing more attacking. Nuno putting him at the actual cam spot, and he played quite well yesterday. This season, he'll get a downgrade, but I reckon next season, he'll get an upgrade again.
Yeah, I think the last 2 years hasn't been the greatest for him. Of course, being under one of the worst managers for attacking players is Mourinho. He's going to get everyone to play in defence and just have one person up front. And that one person was Kane. It worked for a while, but of course, Dele Alli did suffer quite a bit with that, not playing his normal game, quite a skillful player. But hopefully we'll see him regain his form. And on to West Ham is Ben Rama. West Ham had an amazing season last year. You can't give many downgrades. Of course, getting Europa League football, but I think one of them will be Ben Rama, who did bag a goal yesterday, and I could see him having a good season. Of course, coming from Brentford, had a big hype around him, 35 million. That's why you have given him a -2 because he hasn't lived up to the 77 rated, but he still looks like he'll have an okay card at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he was one of Brentford's key players. Came into West Ham. Everyone expected him to do so well. Had a bit of a flop. Scored against Brentford in a friendly that, believe it or not, me and Sachin actually went to, and we saw it. Really good goal, cut inside, finesse into the top corner. But yeah, as Ashton was saying, I think he will have a good season next season. He's a very skillful player.
Now, on to the final player is Nelson Semedo. Of course, coming in last year from Barcelona, has so much hype around him. Any Barcelona player coming into the Premier League will have hype around him. Of course, being 83 rated there and wants to watch, and he's just been quite awful for Wolves. To be fair, in the Euros, he was okay. He did get ripped apart by Gosens, but I think most players would have at that time, Gosens being on top form. But just in general, he hasn't had an amazing season for Wolves.
Yeah, a really shocking transfer because he is Portuguese and moving to Wolves. Like, you don't see that a lot. But he had so much hype around him. I believe he's going to be fantastic. That wraps up today's video. Thanks so much for watching.